welcome to a brand new episode of Coming Distractions. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. This is a review of Kidnap, the 2017 film starring Halle Berry.
You hiding, Frankie? Oh, Marco!
My son's been kidnapped. Calm down, just need to wait. I'm gonna call it in immediately.
Where's my son? Marco! Paula!
Found you, you son of a...
Marco! Paula! Marco!
Where is my son?
Kidnap, rated R.
Okay, so I saw this movie. I fell on the grenade for this one. I also saw this with Demetrius, who was here for the Valerian review, but he couldn't make it for this. This might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Starring Oscar award-winning actress Halle Berry.
Yes. How the mighty have not really fallen because Halle Berry's never been a great actress. I don't care what anybody says. So this film, let me just tell you the premise. It is about a mother a single mom who is raising her son. And by the way, they spend like a good 10 minutes of like baby pictures and them like being mother and son to like really drive in that connection to then rip it apart later. So it's about a single mom who is a waitress, and she's like, I'm every woman, that kind of thing. And she's got this son, and they're super close. And like she takes her son to a park of some sort for the day, and her son gets kidnapped, right? Because she's really a terrible mother because she's not paying attention to her child.
Right.
So, not that people get their kids kidnapped, they're terrible parents. That's a horrible thing to say.
I know what you mean, though.
But in this movie, she's a fucking terrible mom. So her kid gets kidnapped while she's on the phone with her lawyer because her ex-husband wants to get full custody. Ironically, that's the conversation that sparks this off. Look, spoilers abound. Okay, like this is not a movie that anybody needs to see. And so her kid gets kidnapped, and then she sees somebody like shoving her kid into this car. So she screams, and then she runs after them, and they get away, but she gets in her car and she follows them in her Chrysler minivan. And they are driving like a 1980s Mustang, right? I don't give a fuck how nice that minivan is. It ain't keeping up with that Mustang.
Right. It ain't keeping up with any kind of Mustang.
Not at all. Like, that is not a thing that would happen in reality at all.
It wouldn't keep up with an actual Mustang.
Right, like just a horse. Right. So that's the movie, right? It's just her chasing after this car in a series of what I would say are incredibly poor decisions on Halle Berry's character's part.
So is it like the black single mom version of Fury Road? Like, is it just a big ass car chase?
Yeah,
The whole
movie? With like none of the like interesting things, this is not good, guys. It is like they try to do this thing where they're like, we're gonna zoom in on Halle Berry and like show you her face in the middle of this horrible situation. But she's not a very good actress, so like you're zooming in on a person who is bad at emoting. So it's like, it's like really horrible. I
mean, are there any positives to the movie?
There's one positive. I was extremely emotionally invested in this movie because of how fucking stupid it was. Like you can't help but to get, like, you can't watch it and just be like, man, I don't really care. Like, you have to get, like, sort of emotionally involved, right? Because, one, it's a kid getting kidnapped, right? So that's, like, a basic thing. You're like, oh, I got the kid, Hey, he's, like, a super cute kid and everything else. And, like, even though Halle Berry is not a very good actress, she's a likable person. So you feel sorry for how pathetic of a person she is in this movie. But I'm emotionally invested because I'm screaming at the screen of, why are you doing those things that you're doing? Right? So again, spoilers abound. there is a moment early on in the chase where Halle Berry is behind this car, and the car like gets off the highway, but there's like traffic on the exit ramp. So the Mustang is behind another car and it can't go anywhere. And it's not pushing the car. It's not trying to do anything. It just comes to a stop. Halle Berry pulls right up behind it in her minivan. She gets out of the minivan and then bangs on the window like, give me back my son. Instead of just like pushing the car into the other car and just boxing it in. What? Like, that didn't make any sense.
Well, she didn't want her insurance to go up.
Yeah, I mean, there, you don't want gosh, you don't want a fender bender. But like there's just a series of that. And look, I understand the idea of like, well, if she did these things, then the movie would be over in like 2 minutes. But then you need to write better and not put characters in situations that literally no person of logic would make those choices. Right. If you're trying to stop a car in front of you, having the car in front of you zigzagging all over the place, right in front of you so you can't pass, no person wouldn't just hit the back of the car. Right. And then they spin out. Right. No, that happens. Oh, I don't want to do it. Like,
is she trying to slalom with the car?
No, she's just driving straight.
Yeah, just hit it.
Just hit the car.
All right.
Yeah, like.
But the minivan can't keep up with the Mustang.
No, but it was right behind it. Like, that's the thing. And so, like, the ending sequence was, like, all right. It was fine. Like, they tried to pull this thing of, like, strong black mom, like, fighting the power kind of thing. It doesn't really work coming from Halle Berry. Like, it just doesn't work. Yeah, I was talking to some people after the movie. You know who would have been really good? Taraji P. Henson. She would have been like a badass black mom who don't take no shit, and I'm gonna blow your fucking house down to get my kid back. Halle Berry's just like, I'll call David Justice to do it. Like, like it just doesn't fucking work, right?
Do you see this? I saw the trailer. This looks like hot garbage. But it looks like something that my mom would just
100%. She'd love it. My mother would love this movie.
Yeah, because it's like
it's garbage.
Old black women who don't go to movies. Like, it's a movie about
this is right in their wheelhouse.
Someone kidnapping their son.
Yeah, my mom would be like, that's what I would have done if I was, if that was you. Like, like it's that type of movie. Like, literally the people sitting behind me were older black women who were super into it. Yeah. Right? So it's that type of movie, right? So it totally works on that ground. For me, it's a 1 out of 5. It is not a thing you need to see at all. This is the biggest I'm folding clothes on a Saturday type movie. Like, there takes no level of like paying attention.
Is it the worst movie you've seen this summer? This year?
No.
Oh, all right. There's a positive.
No.
Not the worst movie of 2017 as of this tape.
I think King Arthur is. I think that's the worst. I really do. Like, just because the budget for that and the expectations for that were so much bigger, where this one is just like, yeah, no, this is about what I expected. 6 production companies, a $20 million budget. Yeah, guys, spoiler alert, not going to be good. Yeah, sorry. 1 out of 5. Don't see this movie. We'll see you next time.
See ya.